Good evening and welcome to On the Couch. I'm Jabril Garlick.
And I'm Olivia Fasano. To start off our show today, we're here with Zach Spencer, who's the president of Prophecy, an a cappella group here on campus. Hi, Zach. How are you?
I'm really well. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you start by telling about when Prophecy got started or established here on campus?
Yeah, sure. It might be a little tricky because I haven't been with the group since the very beginning, but I want to say that we started about 4 years ago now. It was in 2013, the spring or the fall. And so this is our, I think, 4th year existing as a group, and we've only grown since the beginning, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you know why this name was chosen for the group, or?
Kind of. I know that there was some debate over picking a really cheesy name like the Acafellas. Honestly,
I like that one.
no, to be honest, I feel like that one's so overdone though. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's funny, we were talking about it not too long ago and I said, honestly, if we were called the Acafellas, I probably wouldn't have auditioned. But as for Prophecy, I think it was because the Prophecy in the original sense with a PH instead of an F is supposed to be some great prediction or a prediction of something marvelous, and the idea is that we want to be something marvelous. We want to kind of make our own prophecy, and then the F is just because we're the profs and it's funny.
Yeah.
It's play on words.
Exactly.
So recently on Thursday, this past Thursday, you guys, Prophecy, we're at Rockapella. And you guys did amazing. Me and Jabril are both there.
Yeah, that's good. My first time filming something.
Can you talk about a little bit about the process getting involved with Raw and how you guys were involved in that whole event?
Sure, yeah. So it really started over the summer is when the planning really started, and that was when actually it was the very end of the spring, and I met with the event coordinator, Ellie Like, to kind of talk about an idea for the show. We'd done it before, but this was my first time being the president, so of course we wanted to meet. And then the planning was kind of all throughout the summer, and we talked about what time the event would start and when the event would be and what we might try to do differently. So last year at the show, we only had one visiting group, and we had Staccata from Stockton. This year we had 4. We had Staccata, and then we also had the Stocktones, who are also from Stockton, and we had Rovo, and we had the Trentones from TC&J. So part of it was me reaching out to the heads of all those different groups and saying, hey, we're having this show that we'd really love for you to come join us at. So that was part of it, and then toward the beginning of the actual semester, it was a lot more intense for me personally and also for Prophecy as a group, because obviously we had to hold our auditions to get our new members for this semester and for the rest of their time here, hopefully. And so we had to hold auditions, and we had to learn all of our music, and we had to polish all of that and make sure we were performance ready. And we also tried to do a lot more choreography this time around. So we worked with the dance team, and we had a couple rehearsals with them. So it was a lot of work. For sure, but it paid off. I was really happy with how it turned out.
I was there last year because I was part of RTM. We were filming the Rockapella last year, and I could literally just see the growth that you guys had involving 4 other a cappella groups and the dance team too. I thought it was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, that was good.
it was really nice to see all of that come to something.
Yeah.
Not for me personally, obviously, because this being my first show as the president, I wanted it to be a good one, but also just for the group in general, I thought that as a whole, from where we were last year, we'd all improved so much, and the new members, they blended in immediately. It was really nice to see that happen.
So you had mentioned you do auditions.
We do.
Do you how do you go about them? Do you? I know you wouldn't really want to say you just cut people off if they're not good, but yeah.
So there are a few different criteria that we kind of look for. One of them obviously is how well do you sound by yourself. So the audition process kind of starts with the hopeful new member. They come in and they sing 30-ish seconds of a song that they think best fits their voice, and so we can kind of hear what they sound like when they're at their best. And then we walk them through some musical exercises. So we look to see how well they can sight read, if they can just look at a piece of music and take a couple
Yeah.
minutes to look over it and then sing it back to us. We look at their ability to match a pitch. So our music director will play a pitch on the piano and just see if they can sing it back without any pitch issues there. And then we look for how well they can blend with us. So with that, we have our own little arrangement of Take Me Out to the Ball Game that we just all learned beforehand. So 3 of us will get up there and we'll sing our harmonies, and we'll just have the auditioning guy sing the melody of the Take Me Out to the Ball Game, you know, that part. And we'll see how well they blend in. So it sounds like one person singing multiple parts instead of 4 different people. And then we also see if they can beatbox, but that's just kind of because
kind of extra.
we always are looking for beatboxers. So that's just to see how well they can do that too.
You sorry, just lost my train of thought. Do you kind of like teach members who like they might not have like made like got to the right areas in the tryout or audition? Like, do you kind of have someone like to help teach, or how do you go about that?
So when it comes to making the final decision on who we take into the group and who we do not, for those that we do not take into the group, that's kind of where it ends until the next round of auditions, because obviously they can come back and audition as many times as they want, because it could be that they were just nervous the first time and didn't do as well. But with the newer members who maybe were just kind of right on that line of do we take them, do we not take them, then yeah, absolutely. I mean, one thing that we really have at kind of our core values, Prophecy as a group, is that we want us all to strengthen our own individual musicianship. So yes, we do focus on being able to blend better, or being able to sight read better, or being able to match a pitch better. So yeah, those are little things that we incorporate just in all of our rehearsals. And we may not spend an entire rehearsal on it, but just during the whole rehearsal, it's just, hey, this is something that we can fix really quick. And so for the new members, yeah, we focus on that just throughout.
So with like your music, I know you guys perform like on campus and everything. Well, with your group, I mean, you guys perform on campus, but do you guys like compete, or do you guys go to like outside events and perform?
We haven't really done much competition yet. Hopefully we will soon. We actually just last month recorded and submitted an audition for the International Competition of Collegiate Acapella Groups, or the ICCAs.
Awesome.
It's like real life Pitch Perfect.
I was about to say, I was like, wait, that sounds
Yeah, that's
like
exactly what that is.
Pitch
So hopefully we'll be there next semester. We actually find out tomorrow if we got in, so fingers crossed. And then we were actually invited to audition for another competition in April in Washington, D.C. So we'll actually be recording our submission for that next week. So hopefully we'll be starting to compete more in the future. As of right now, we haven't, but that's just means we know where we need to go.
Absolutely.
And one last question. How do you kind of like go about the a cappella process, I guess you would call it, like finding people who are actually going to sing lines and then people who are just going to make music with their mouths, voices?
The beatboxing, stuff like that.
Okay, so we have auditions for our beatboxer. We don't include the beatboxing as part of the audition to be in the group.
Or maybe I should say, like, when I said make the music, I mean like how you were singing like the actual lines and lyrics of the songs, and then like the rest of the singers
are essentially
making
being the
music with
instruments, so to speak. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. So with that, it really depends on the arrangement that we're working on. Sometimes we'll have pieces where we're all singing words, or some of us are singing words at different times, and some of us are singing da or do or dum or whatever. It really just depends on the individual piece of music. So if we get the music arranged professionally by somebody who does this for a living, then that's really up to them. But there are quite a few of us who also arrange music, and so it's really up to them. And sometimes we'll decide to change a syllable here or there, but really we just kind of go with whatever we have.
How it sounds. Okay, well, it was nice to hear about your group, I guess you would call it. Yeah,
I would.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Hearing back.
Thank
for
you. I'll keep my
ICCAs.
fingers crossed.
So thanks, Zach, for coming to On the Couch. Now let's check out some clips. This great club on campus of this great club on campus. Sorry. Stay tuned for Victoria Todorova and Danny Minshall with this week's Word on the Street. Don't go away.
Excuse me, you guys. If you answer my question, you get a piece of Pop-Tart. Are you for or against Disney and what they stand for when it comes to gouging people for money?
They're for because it's childhood and memories.
I mean, that is very true, but back in the day, they still didn't, you know.
No, I agree. There was a lot of bullshit and terror, but like Disney's awesome.
Yeah.
So like.
So you're for Disney, right?
Yeah.
So is it all four of you for Disney?
For Disney. Oh, come on, that's not fair. Come on. Are you kidding me? Pardon me, gentlemen. Do you believe that Disney has become corrupt compared to what it used to be?
Or is Disney the best thing out there? Come on, admit it. It's the best
It's
thing
great.
out there.
I mean, I agree some of the movies are cool, but the company, man, like they just, I don't know, charging a lot of people money for their stuff. The park is very expensive. I'm not a fan.
But what's your favorite Disney movie?
Hercules.
See, he has
Okay,
one,
all right.
he's a
Hercules was a good
Disney fan.
movie. I like
Disney.
Hercules, but
All right.
that was before they started getting silly, so that doesn't count as a point.
But do you consider yourself a Disney fan?
I would say like more of a Disney classic.
Okay, but that still has Disney in it, so he knows what he's talking about. So he's a Disney fan.
All right, counts as a point. I'm losing. So someone just came by and complimented my shirt. I didn't get it recorded, but I think that counts as a point. So 8-2. Well, 9-2. I lost count.
Are you a Peter Pan fan? Because I am. Are you a Disney fan? Yes, you are. Yep, he's a Disney
You can't just ask them without asking both sides of the question. Like,
No, he's a Disney fan. He's a Peter Pan fan. Look at the stands, right? Can we put one foot out a little bit? Perfect. Peter Pan.
are you for or against Disney
He is
propaganda?
for Disney.
Yeah, Disney.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I mean, all right. Think about it this way: the movies are great. Some of their content is great. I love my Mickey Mouse pajamas, but would you agree that they gouge people for money? They charge way too much.
But it's still great.
Way too
You're
much.
paying for something you're satisfied.
You're paying for an extra streaming service that's unnecessary, dude.
And Disney World's great.
I mean,
All
yes,
the
it's
rides.
great, but
What's
you
your
pay
favorite
so
ride?
many thousands of dollars to go for like 2 days.
He's for Disney.
I don't know. I think it's reasonable. I think
Right?
it's reasonable.
Reasonable? Are you
When you
hearing
pay
this?
for something and you're happy with it, you're a Disney fan. That's
Yep.
the meaning, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
Okay. He's a Disney fan.
Actual tears are flowing out of my eyes right now.
I win.
Well,
I won. I
there
win.
you
I
have
won.
it.
Hey, hey.
Everybody on this entire campus appears to be brainwashed by, Disney.
Win. I won.
Few of you are, willing to, keep your eyes peeled, but, whatever.
Disney wins. I
You stand
win.
alone, that's fine. See if I care.
Goodbye. I win.
I love your Mickey ears. You like mine? I like yours. They're beautiful. I like yours too. I like how you did them. She's so original. She did them with her hair. Awesome. Look, show them off. Yes. Show them off. Perfect. Yes.
All right, so now we're back with Hot Topics. The first Hot Topic this week is Eminem and Beyonce have a song out together. It's called Walk On.
Walk on Water.
Walk on
yes.
Water?
Walk on Water. So the song is, it's actually not the greatest song. Like, it's not like something you would be like jamming out
Yeah.
to. It's actually a much slower song. There's a piano behind Eminem rapping, and Beyonce's, she does the chorus every, when the chorus comes. Basically, she says something like, I walk on water, but only when it's frozen. I walk on water, but I ain't no Jesus. So the song kind of like shows regular people like you and I that they're humans too. And basically, like, Eminem says that when he's rapping, like he does maybe 4 or 5 verses in this song, and then there's like a little piece of something at the end that like he just like says, and it is pretty good. But like I think it was like meant to be like not perfect because like the idea of the song.
It's something you also don't really expect. Like I honestly never
Yeah.
expected Eminem and Beyonce to come out with a song together.
But that would be amazing.
But they did.
Yeah, but they should do another one that's actually even better, you know, right? But yeah, so I guess that will be on his upcoming album called Revival. We don't know when that's coming out
No.
yet, but it'll be here soon, I guess.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So the next hot topic, rapper and actress Eve is going to replace Aisha Tyler as a host on the talk show called The Talk on CBS. Yes.
And Aisha Tyler left the show about a year ago, right? Or last
it?
season, or
I'm actually not sure when she left.
something around
But,
that.
yeah,
But
it was-
I mean, Aisha Tyler is involved in a lot of different
many other
works,
things,
like
yeah.
Whose Line Is It Anyway, and
Yeah.
another show. I forget the name of it. The Archer, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nice. I was like, I know it's something like that,
Yeah.
but she's involved in other work, and then Eve is a rapper.
Eve, yes, a
So-
rapper and actress. She was in the Barbershop movies. I don't know if you
Oh,
ever heard of
yeah,
seen
yeah.
them. Yeah, and she was very big in the '90s, more I guess with rapping. But yeah, no, she's done quite a bit. And I love The Talk for some reason. Like I
Yeah.
don't really watch it that much, but like if I'm like home at that time at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon when it's on and like I happen to see it, like it's just so funny to me because like all the it's all women, so but all of them like they're all so different and like they all come from lines of entertainment, I guess, but like what they bring to the table, they
Yeah.
call it, is very different. And like I just love it when what's her name, Julie Chen,
Yeah.
like as they're like talking, like then there's like a question she poses to the audience and she looks in the camera and she's like, well, what do you feel about this? And then they just like turn and like talk, and I just think that's so
I like
funny.
how honest their show is.
Yeah.
They're not like trying to like, sugarcoat anything for,
Yeah.
television or anything. Like, this is what I feel, like this is what I
Yeah.
know, and like I like how honest their show is.
Yeah,
It
and
really
they have,
is.
They have great guests. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People that'll bring like different like crowds of people to watch their show.
Yeah.
So, our last hot topic of this week is that the UCLA basketball players that were arrested in China are finally coming back home.
So, these, who was it again? It was LiAngelo Ball. Yes, LiAngelo Ball, Cody Riley, and Jalen Hill. They were, they go to UCLA for basketball, obviously. They were over in China to go to Shanghai for their season opener. But I don't know if they played in the season opener or if they actually like were caught before the season opener happened. So I think the team just went to Shanghai because they were in China. So the team went to Shanghai, they played, and then the team went back. But those 3 boys, they had to stay in their hotel room for a whole week.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
this
gosh.
whole, like, first of all, you're very rich. Don't know why you need to steal anything at all.
They were caught for shoplifting, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know why why would they do that? You have the money, you're probably getting your school paid for.
Yeah.
Why do you
They
need
are,
shoplift?
Like my dream school, like that I got denied from, but we won't talk about that. So
We won't bring that one up.
yeah, we won't do that.
But that was just a mistake on their part.
Yeah, that's
At least they're coming back home.
yeah.
Don't.
Yeah. But I read that they are said to be talking to reporters and stuff tomorrow, so they're coming home, like they may be on flight still right now, so
Oh.
they're going straight to talk to people about this, which is quite hectic, but
Yeah. But
That's
they
what
gotta
they did,
fix the
so,
situation,
yeah.
Damage control, the whole nine.
yeah, that was a lot. So yeah.
I know. Right?
You got it. Yeah.
All right. So thank you for watching this episode of On the Couch. I'm Olivia Fasano.
And I'm Jabro Garlic. Thank you for joining, and be here again next week.